Alright, so today we are working on a Troy built 10 horse OHV 5550 or 8550 watt generator that was left sitting for entirely too long with fuel sitting in it, and the fuel turned to varnish. We started out this process draining the fuel out, and I was about to pull the carburetor off and give it a good cleaning, but somebody decided they just wanted to replace the carburetor. So we're going to use this cheap Chinese knockoff Amazon carburetor and see how it performs. So this will be unboxing and kind of looking over the carburetor, pulling the old one off, sticking that one on, put some fresh gas in it, and see what happens. Alright, readjusted there. This is mostly already open here. So we got fresh air filter, fresh filter screen, comes with the carburetor, and that's already cut. Looky there, it's just like the whole damn kit. New control rod, choke, lever assembly, throttle control rod, new fuel line, hose clamps, little fuel filter. Not sure what that little guy is. New on-off switch, new sparky plug, new fuel shut-off switch, and there is the carburetor. Nice new foam gasket materials there on the rods. They don't look bad. Looks like the exact same configuration that is what is on there. You got your two screws that hold the fuel bowl on, and I thought I felt some kind of a hex cap, like Allen style bolt up in there when I felt it on the unit, but that does not appear to be the case. Anyway, there is the new one. We'll stick that back in the box, and I will go over and take the old one off. Alright, we're set up here kind of close up on it. You see we've got the nuts off already that holds the air box, air filter assembly, and all that fun stuff off. But to get the actual carburetor off, you need E style sockets. It's like a Torx but reversed, and you need an E5 for these bolts to get them loose. A little 1/4 inch drive here. Already got the fuel loose, the fuel line from the tank. So we'll just go ahead and pop them suckers loose. Hey, that wasn't that bad at all. A lot of times these will be just wrenched on there like gorilla strength or bonded. These are coming right out. And you can pick up a set of 5, 6 of these at Harbor Freight, is where they came from, Pittsburgh, for next to nothing. This guy loose, you need to pull a little spring, pop that guy off the lar, and then it comes right off. Now I don't think we need to replace the control rod there. It seems just fine. But there we go. There is the OEM carburetor, and it's actually pretty clean inside. Kind of curious as to what is going on inside the fuel bowl, but we'll rebuild it anyway, clean it out just in case, and it'll be a spare. I'm not going to go through that just yet. I may on this video just because, but we will just commence to put the new stuff on there. We've got to reuse that little manifold spacer, and it's kind of stuck on there pretty good, so we'll give it a couple little tappy taps, break it loose from the carburetor, and yeah, that's just straight varnish. So that's why that one wasn't running. Oh, great. Varnish all over my screen there. Fresh fuel line. Fresh fuel line doodads. Little screen filter. Does it tell me direction here? I don't think it cares. Nope, it don't care. Alright, anyway. And we've already got 2 clamps on this guy, and I think they'll be big enough. Let's go ahead and pull that one out of there. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to work. And it just barely fits in there. I don't think that's going to work for this guy. So we're not going to get to use him. So what we'll do is stick the little rubber grommet back in the tank. We'll have to put this guy back in there, but we can at least give it new fuel line, potentially. So I think that will fit. I need to go get a little pair of pliers. Alright. I said little pair. I was going to grab some needle nose, but they're apparently buried. Alright, now is this going to fit? Yes, it does. It does fit. Alright. So we will harvest these clamps. Kind of been up. And we're going to need to stick one of them. Well, I guess we can use a OEM clamp for... No, we can't either, because that's too dang big. And we're probably not even going to get to use that filter. We'll just have to reuse this one. Alright, well, it is what it is. Nothing else, we'll be able to see how funky the fuel is coming out. Alright. We got the same control contraption here as we did on the other one, and we're going to need, where did the rest of this thing's parts go? Air filter housing and all that stuff right there with it. Where did it go? I don't see it. Alright. Still don't know where all that other stuff is yet, but that's alright. We don't necessarily need it just yet. We do got to get this old gasket material off of the spacer block so we can put on our new one and get a good seal. Somebody screaming in the comments, oh, you're just scratching it all up, you're scratching it all up. Yeah, this freaking manifold block's harder than woodpecker lips, so calm down. Alright, well, there's that side cleaned off and it fits good. Freaking gasket material harder than woodpecker lips too. Pretty brittle. Come on. Ship it off. Come off of there. Come on. Oh man, it's brittle. Stuck on there. Come on. Clean off of there. Oh, it is warm out here. Humid. Air so thick you could take a bite out of it, chew on it for a little while. All right. All right. Why don't you want to fit on there? Why don't you want to fit on there? Huh. Now that's interesting. That won't fit. Very interesting. That won't fit at all. So there's a fail. This carburetor will not fit on the manifold block there. So we got to put it on this way and have the choke to the outside. Seems only logical, but it ain't gonna fit any other way. Hopefully the butterfly will fit in this orifice here for the throttle. Screwed. Alright, we do have operation there. Alright. Oh, I got that backwards. That's got to go around this way. Yeah, my fault. I had it backwards. Trying to put the choke side in first. He didn't like that. That guy goes. You got to go in there. That's where you go. Just got to be a little more forceful with it. It will go. Oh, it will go. Go in there. Man. Pull that off. Before I jack something up there. Go in there. There it goes. Alright. Once you get that guy in there, you put your little spring on. In the little hole. Go in the little hole. There we go. Alright, now we can put our manifold block back on. Have it on the right orientation here. Notice where it bolts up to the head, there's kind of a flat piece on one side. It's not all the way just round. It's round and then it's got kind of a little slot. You want to make sure that that matches up to that. Again, this does not have to be like Gorilla tight. Wrong side. Look at that one. Just snug. Okay, we'll go on our just it like so. Well, new carburetor is installed. Now I gotta find the other pieces, put some fresh gas in it, and fire it up. Go ahead and changing out the spark plug also, and that is the old plug. Okay, it's a little sooty. It was running a little bit rich. It's definitely starting to get worn. Compared to the new plug. Yeah, those corners are nice and sharp. And those are kind of rounded. Down into the little final stages here. Found the air filter breather assembly, and we've got to put the plate back on. But the carburetor comes with this stem, and it don't fitty. So it also comes with some other ones. It looks like some OEM style, but we've got to take that guy off first to get that one in there. And to do that, you make sure that your butterfly is straight out and grab a hold of it and pull straight out. Set that aside, lift that guy up and get it out of there. Come on, you will come out. All right, take your little foamy off of that one, put it on this one, and then you stick it back in the hole with your spring into the spring detents, like so. And then you can take your plate and stick it back in. The right direction here? Yes. Make sure you're going the right direction. You've got these little cutouts that match up with the little ports here and the one port on this side. So just want to make sure you're oriented correctly. All right, that functions. Now we can put this guy on. Just like so. And then we take the nuts and thread them on. I need to go grab my 10mm. Pause. Okay, 10mm acquired. Oh, and they're not 10s. Alright, since 10 was too small, that means they're either 11, which they are, or 12, which would be too big. So we got our 11. I'll just remember that. 11mm. New R filter. And we got a screen. To. I don't know that we even need this guy. I don't know how it's supposed to seal.
Well, does it fit down in the recess?
Not really. It gets all bunched up. Unless, no, it won't really fit in there.
Okay.
I don't remember pulling one of those out when I took it apart, and there wasn't one in the old stuff.
Okay.
So we will just omit that guy. I probably need to go grab my 5/16. Yep, my 5/16. All right. Yeah. And 5/16 are 8mm for these little guys, if you want to do it the right way, or a slotted screwdriver if you want to do it the wrong way. The wrong way will still work, but it's the wrong way. Not too terribly tight, just snug. Alright, now we need our choke handle. And it's got a little peggy dooma bobber that kind of goes in there. And only go in one way. There we go. And it operates. Yeah. Alright. We'll put our breather hose back in to the air box that comes from the valve cover. That is our positive crankcase ventilation. And that is it for now. We're going to try it out before we put that cover back on. So we're going to have to go get some gasoline to put in it and give her a shot.
There's still some old gas in there, but hopefully
Little bit of it ain't going to matter. It'll mix with the new. As long as it's sloped like it is, the new gas will get to the valve before the old stuff does. The few drops that are remaining. New gas in the gas hole.
Only the federal government.
Yeah, just screw up a gas can.
I should probably just take the lid off and just pour it.
Not on camera. EPA would get you.
Well, maybe.
I'm just messing with you.
Oh no, if they were that hard up to.
Fed boys can come get some. Make sure you're wearing level 4 plates, Fed boys.
Because I can throw a dirt clod really hard.
I like my dirt clods with a little lead and copper in the mix.
That should be more than enough to
Sure.
just get it.
We'll take this off of the doodad here and watch the fresh gas go. Oh, yeah. Man, that valve.
Okay, which way does it turn?
To the right, I think.
To the left. Fuel shutoff is to the right, right? Yeah. Well,
It'll go. It's just real sticky, and once it starts to go, it's not so bad.
good grief. This was replaced not long ago.
It may need to go to the right.
Well, it says fuel but yeah, I guess this is a replacement valve. Okay.
Here, why don't you hold this? Because I was able to operate it here just a minute ago.
Okay. Is it still recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Try. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Fresh gas is going down into the carburetor. All right, good deal.
Slowly but surely.
And it is filling. And it is filling. Come on, keep filling.
Maybe I need to open the gas cap, although it shouldn't really be vapor locked.
And it may just be because the bowl is full and it doesn't want to allow any more fuel to go in there. Alright, where is the on switch?
It's down here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's on.
It's on, and the choke is on. And we got a new spark plug, new carburetor, fresh gasoline. It should fire right up. Running.
flowing.
Yeah. You don't like something. You're trying to run it wide open throttle. Either not getting enough fuel. Seems like that's what's going on. It's not getting enough fuel. And that is not an adjustable carburetor. All that you can adjust on this thing is the idle speed. So it's not like we can just change the fuel air mixture and give it more fuel. There you have it. Straight out of the box, brand new carburetor, choking and barely running. Unless it had some other underlying issue, but I mean, it's got decent compression, it's got spark.
Unless the fuel line orifice was clogged.
So it's got, I mean, all the way down to the carburetor, it's got fuel reservoired into the fuel line, so the float bowl itself should be full.
Okay.
So that's not an excuse for it. Well, what makes sense to me is the main jet orifice in this carburetor is smaller than this thing is calibrated for. So it's not getting as much fuel as it wants to run as like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And it fills up to a certain point and then just stops. So the float bowl is working. Float needle seat or sealing. It's not dribbling all down, not flooding the engine out. So again, I stand by my previous statement. OEM is much better than you know, any of the knockoff new carburetors that you'll get that look super cheap, look super appealing. You're likely, you know, I'd say more than half the time going to end up with a situation like this. So you're much better off to clean out your old carburetor, put it back on, and rock and roll. And not have to deal with problems like this. So I think that. All right. Pulled the new carburetor back off and cleaned the old carburetor out. It wasn't too bad. It just had some varnish basically down in it. Sprayed everything out, made sure the ports are all clear. Now we're going to see what happens. We got our fuel back on. Engine switch is on, choke is on. Voila! So OEM is always better. Steer clear of the Amazon knockoff carburetors.